All right, so we're still waiting for this M album revival, supposedly coming very soon. So remember Walk on Water, when it dropped, it was billed as the first single from the project.
I walk on water, but I ain't no Jesus.
Eminem gave this nigga fucking instructions to come on here singing falsettos.
Nah, he's trying to get back into the group chat.
Or whatever it is, man. I'm not a
DJ and doesn't know what music is.
Well, I'm a DJ, not a fucking vocal coach. You know what I mean?
Still music. It's music. Back to you.
All right, guys. All right, so look, when Walk on Water, it was supposed to be the first single, it dropped with Beyoncé. I think it did over 18 million streams first week, almost 65,000 in sales. But at the time when it dropped, on his website, it said the first single off his forthcoming album, Revival. Now, if you go back to the website, that
Eminem
first
songs
single
only
is
streamed
gone.
18 million times?
First week, I believe.
Slow as hell.
No, it's not.
18 mil?
In a week?
Have you seen streaming
And
charts?
almost 65 in sales, like 64,000 or something.
If I'm comparing it to like the current popping songs from these artists who
Well,
are
not like a Post Malone, because Rockstar was out of this world, but what's a song we want to compare it to?
Rockstar is still #1. And Rockstar is doing what? 30 million streams, somewhere around there?
Per week?
Usually the songs in top 10 are doing like 25, 30.
So you think
So
that's
25 is
bad?
not.
No.
18 million?
No, I think I'm looking at the names. When I think about streaming, I only think about like really name recognition.
Why?
Because that's what people. If you look at just sheer popularity, that's translate directly to streaming. It's clear.
Yeah, but we've had this talk where, I mean, when I mentioned Taylor Swift a few weeks ago, and you know her name is powerful.
That's a different demographic, and also it's
Okay,
a hip hop thing.
Got it.
It's definitely a hip hop thing. So I was a little bit shocked. Beyonce, M. Now we could probably have a discussion that maybe a lot of M fans, they aren't the streaming demo, but they definitely will purchase it. Right?
No, I think that M is not from the era of streaming. So I think him and Paul and the label just going to have to get it together. This is probably new for M to have to roll out when streaming is dominant, which is probably why, you know, we're getting this report that, hey, the song that we put out that we thought was the lead-off single, we're going to pull back a little bit.
Do you think it would be smart if they did a Taylor Swift move with the album? No streaming first week.
No, because Eminem is not going to go on that tour. Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah.
I'm thought about the Ticketmaster bundle. No. I wouldn't see him or Paul, or I wouldn't see them doing that at all. I really don't see that behooving very many people. Taylor Swift, I think she only does it because she has that Ticketmaster deal.
All right, so Joe, man, you got to answer for your man M. All right, so
I don't have to answer for M.
Well, can you explain this? If you put out a song and bill it as a single, it gets a nice big push. I believe he's already performed the song live. What does taking that back really change at this point?
Or what does it mean?
I just told y'all. I just answered it. I think. I'm out the shady group chat.
Yeah, but I'm
From
saying
the
what
label's
does
perspective.
Yeah, do they stop putting money behind it? Is he going to stop performing? What does it actually
Is that like
change
it meant
at this point?
that record may not be the one?
I think it shifts focus. Yeah, I mean, you could word it that way. I think that they've seen enough to say, okay, we're going to shift the focus and go here before the album comes out. Now, we don't have an official Eminem album release date. It was rumored to be November 20, whatever. I think the new rumor is December 7th, somewhere around there. If I'm just assuming and guessing, like I told y'all when this topic was when the song first came out, I don't think this is the song that M will go into stores off of. I said that then, so this is consistent with that. I think that the album
did say that he's only dropping one single.
And I also said that it was a little peculiar to me that M had 8 weeks. Remember that? I was saying an eight-week rollout. So, or was it 6 weeks? Either way, it was more than I'm accustomed to for M. This just supports all of that for me. Maybe they looked at it the same way you looked at it. Maybe they looked at it and said, hey, 18 million, we're not going into stores with Eminem not being a top 10 streaming artist. I don't know, because I haven't looked at the streaming charts or really paid attention this week. But when you shift the focus elsewhere, it says it's a plan together. It's a plan.
Definitely my novice opinion, but it feels like the same things he said on the record and him even doubting himself and where he exists in this current market. I'm imagining after the single may, and I'm only guessing, it didn't perform as I would imagine the record label would think it would perform. They're probably also trying to figure it out as well. So the same doubts he's having, maybe not on the sales side, but just like even career-wise and just where he's going, I think the label is having the same, like, okay, so how are we going to market him? What's the best way to go forward?
I would be inclined to agree with Ak, right? So let's leave that there. However, if I'm to operate under the assumption that M and Paul and everybody over there are smarter than all of us, I know they're a really well-oiled machine. I know they're very meticulous, and I know that they execute plans better than everyone else. So if I don't subscribe to that thinking, I wouldn't be so shocked if, pardon me, I wouldn't be so shocked if in a private conversation, Paul said that this is the plan. I think they're that smart, and I don't know that that's the case, but to kind of debunk the thinking of just the entire masses of, hey, it's too many words, that would be kind of ill, and I don't know that they did that, but if this song was just to strip the public of its old thinking in preparation for the music they know is to come, that's going to be great too. I won't know that until I hear the album. I need to hear how he's on it.
All right, well, again, we don't have a hard album date, but we're hearing projected album dates, and it's getting pushed back further and further, or at least, well, not pushed back further and further. It's moved back a little bit.
And if this were not Eminem, if this were anyone else, I would be saying, okay, you're changing the single, and you're pushing back the date. There's confusion.
What are the odds for you that this goes into 2018? That they push the album back to
Not
January?
happening.
So it has to come out in December, because that's what I'm thinking. It's an end of year thing. It has to come out in December. It has to come out before Christmas.
He's not missing Christmas.
But you said he's not a first quarter artist last time?
Yeah.
Has to sell at the end of the year.
Yeah. If I'm sticking to my thinking of him as a fourth quarter guy, and from that generation, the fourth quarter people like to come somewhere around the Christmas time.
Which means they're back kind of against the wall then, right? I mean, we're entering December.
I never think Eminem's back.
No, not like that. Not like that, but not M. I'm talking about just even managing and marketing the product, because if the first single didn't really work, now we're going to come with a different angle or something like that.
See, but that's where it's tricky.
We can't really move it back too much.
That's where it's tricky. Keep things in perspective. Not working for M, if we're saying that, is 18 million streams weekly.
Yeah.
So I think they have a number in mind that they would like to hit, and they need to see certain things occur before the album comes out for them to think they're going to get to that number.